Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Edric Pern, and I pray that you all have a blessed day, an amazing day. I just want to share a few encouraging words with you. When I lived in Iowa, I had got a prophecy. I had got a prophecy that my life will be strength for the next generation. That it would be strength for the next generation. I went through a divorce. I went through having to find a place to live. I lived in a roach-infested hotel. I didn't have a car at the time. I lost my car. I got a word that was spoken over my life that it would be strength. To fast forward that, I moved back home to Alabama, and I was in Florida speaking at the juvenile detention center. And there was a young little kid in there. He was in tears. The staff came to me, and he told me, he said, well, you did what you had to do because you got one. You touched one. He read your book. And he was in tears. He was in tears reading. He stayed up all night and read your book. Strength. God had to work on me, prune me, take me through a process to be able to be strength for them, for the next generation. But it didn't look good. It was slow. Sometimes it was really painful. But I stayed committed to it. I didn't run when I was hurting, when I was my flesh dealing with my flesh, going through seasons, being alone. I didn't run. I stayed committed to God, and because it's a lifestyle. I've been single for a few years now. Been celibate. Turned down a few women because I waiting on my wife. I want a wife. I'm not into just hooking up. But it was painful. At times it was painful, trusting God that the prophecy would come to pass. Just trusting God, and while you obey God, because God sometimes a lot of this stuff is in silence, that you don't see God moving. You don't see any results. You don't see anything happening. But you still gotta obey God. You can tithe, and ain't nothing gonna happen immediately. You can sow seeds. You can have people touch and agree with you. But when God take you through a process, there ain't nothing you can get out of it. My old pastor called it a front row seat. If you're gonna preach this gospel, then you're gonna have to live it. That you're gonna be the one that go through it, so that you will be strength for the next generation. So there won't be something that you listen to YouTube or read in a book, that it will be your own testimony of strength to the next generation of how I overcame, and how I had to trust God when I couldn't see God or trace God. But that's what I want to share. It's been tough, but it's been rewarding. I will never trade my obedience to God for nothing in the world. I know the enemy fights me a lot in the area of family, having a wife by now, but I'm trusting God that all things do work together for the good of those who are called according to purpose. All things do work together. I'm trusting God. When I can't trace Him, I'm going to obey. Obedience unlocks the blessing. So obey God. Keep doing what you got to do. And keep trusting. Keep trusting. Because He'll never leave you nor forsake you. God bless.